In this short video, we will discuss installing the throttle and shift cables on the 3.4 V6 mechanical 4-stroke models. When adjusting the cables, always center the steering and have the trim positioned with the anti-ventilation plate level with the hull or at normal trim angles. Generally, you install the cables using the access panel on the side of the lower chaps. In this presentation, we have removed the chaps to provide visual clarity. First, you want to move both the throttle position and shift position sensors to make sure they move easily and are not binding. Notice the throttle position sensor idle stop and the shift sensor neutral position detent for reference later. You will install the lower throttle cable first. With the control in neutral, remove the slack from the cable and control by pushing in on the cable end. Position the cable end over the throttle position sensor pin and visually check the cable barrel to see if it fits into the pocket on the shift plate. If not, spin the barrel as required, keeping in mind to position the barrel to the front of the pocket, forcing the slack out of the control and cable. After achieving the correct position, spin the barrel one more turn to add a little preload, keeping the throttle position sensor against the idle stop. The slight preload will compensate for long cable runs, bends in the cable, and control box wear. The engine calibration is designed to compensate for long-term wear, but it's best to start conservatively. Do not go more than 2 turns of preload, or you may have a hard shifting control and noticeable lag when moving the control handle from the forward gear detent into throttle. Once adjusted correctly, close and lock the retainers as required. Now to the upper shift cable. First, we check to make sure the shift position sensor is in the neutral detent. You want to center the slack in the control and cable with the neutral detent in the shift position sensor. Pull out and mark the cable. Then push in and place a second mark. Locate the center between the 2 marks, and this is where the cable should be as you align the barrel. Adjust the barrel as required and lock the cable into place using the retainers. Shift the control several times through its full movement and return it to neutral. Recheck your throttle cable to ensure the throttle position sensor is against the idle stop. The shift position sensor should be in the neutral detent. The engine calibration is designed to compensate for cable wear. If you are looking at the numbers in G3, the idle position may not always read 0, and the shift counts may not always be centered. The software will learn and adjust as long as the cables are adjusted within the expected parameters. Thank you for viewing this video on rigging the 3.4 liter V6 mechanical 4-stroke engines.